Yeah, first of all, it's just his third year in the league, and he's been anchoring the Cleveland Cavs this season. He's averaging to close to 20 points a game and close to 9 assists a game. Again, I when Colin Sexton got down with the injury, he stepped up. I mean, and with that, I really think that he deserves it. He deserved that All-Star spot.
Yeah, you look at the Cavs, I think it's fair to say that deserving that team to at least have one All-Star. Honestly, some people might have argued they could have had two. Sa palagay mo, the reason why they picked Darius Garland over a Jarrett Allen, who really had a shout to be part of yung listahan na yan?
Well, for me, putting Jared Allen there, parang medyo, in terms of All-Star festivities and all that, parang ang boring eh. Parang
So
ang
hindi
boring.
siya All-Star player, yan yung rason mo. Hindi siya pang All-Star.
Hindi naman hindi siya pang All-Star. I mean, yes, he puts up numbers. He anchors the defense for the Cavs. But again, for showmanship and alam mo yun, flashy stuff with the All-Star game, I really don't think he would be flashy or be in the All-Star game. But again, if given the chance na next season, maybe there's a case for him next season.
Okay, sige. All right, Bill, let's go on.
Well, starting off strong. Now, Jello, aside from Garland, you also mentioned Fred VanVleet from Toronto and Zach Levine from the Bulls as your must-watch players from the East. Now, why do you say this? What about their style of play makes them so exciting to watch, especially in the All-Star game?
Well, for Fred VanVleet, again, you gotta be rooting for this guy. He's undrafted. He played in the G League for a couple of years. He became a starting point guard. And then you will see his growth as a player. He became an NBA champion and now an All-Star. I mean, again, like what he always says, bet on yourself. Diba? Like, he's the epitome of betting on yourself right now. And for Zach Levine, he's a second-time All-Star. And kasi the conversation with Zach Levine kasi is like he's being overshadowed somewhat by DeMar DeRozan right now. But again, expected rin naman na he's gonna make it to the All-Star team. But yun nga, medyo nawala lang siya sa conversation na he should be a top guy sa All-Star. I mean, to be a starter even because of DeMar DeRozan. But again, gotta give it to him. I mean, talagang it will be a given na he's gonna be an All-Star.
Yeah, see Fred VanVleet, I think in particular is very interesting kasi a lot of people are saying that he is an analytics darling. Lahat ng mga advanced stats, he leads it in almost every category in the league. So, having him there, it just goes to show playing winning basketball and contributing everywhere really does play a big factor. Pero, syempre, it all came at a cost, and that is the snubs that we're going to get to later. But before we get to the snubs, let's focus on the guys who are here first. Billy, take us to the West.
All right, let's move on to the West. This time, things are about to get a little bit interesting, Jello. So you zoned in on a couple of big names as well. Siyempre, simulan na natin. Ito si Pao matutuwa with Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. Why is he a player to watch out for in the All-Star game?
I mean, Donovan Mitchell, again, it's a given. I mean, everyone knows he's going to make it to the All-Star team.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly kasi people are saying na parang medyo yung laro niya, medyo bumaba. But again, he's the star for the Jazz. I mean, he's been that guy ever since. And I really don't have any reason na he won't make it to the All-Star team. I mean, he's been playing well, kahit medyo tahimik, but I mean, obvious naman. Donovan Mitchell's that guy. So
Yes,
I was ready to fight, but then he said good things. Like, I was going to put on my glasses to fight him and take him on. But then, I guess I'm just putting this on now, pamporma eh. Kasi wala, I don't need to fight Jello on that. Pero let's move on to some other names here in the West. So much to talk about here eh, kasi there are also snubs in this area. But then Billy, he wanted to single out a couple more people.
Yeah, there are two more names from the West that you wanted to talk about, Jello. So mainly Devin Booker from the Suns and Karl Anthony Towns from the Timberwolves. Now, do you think that they're going to ball out and pop off in the All-Star game? What is your prediction?
Devin Booker for sure will ball out, even though he's not a starter. Dapat starter siya. I really feel that he's supposed to be a starter. But again, knowing Devin Booker, he's gonna try to prove himself there. Kahit All-Star game na he's gonna prove himself na, no, I deserve the starting spot. So I'm really excited for him. And as for Cat, for Carl Anthony Towns, I mean, he's improved a lot. Like over the years, he's been a threat not only inside in the post but also in the outside this season. I mean, he stopped scoring for the Timberwolves this season, and I'm really excited for this guy. I mean, he's his third time in the All Star game. Let's see what he can do this All Star game.
Yeah. Carl Anthony Towns always. I think he's a guy that I feel has yet to even sniff his ceiling because he's just we I think that if you put him in a playoff situation, we're gonna see another level of Carl Anthony Towns. We haven't seen that much yet, but then here for the All Star game, I remember when he first got his first pick, and then he ended up crying, and then was very emotional about it. It's becoming a more of a regular thing right now, seeing Carl Anthony Towns as a All Star. So hopefully, we also get an All Star performance from him come the All Star game itself, because he has the potential to be one of the more exciting players out there. But as much as we like talking about the guys who actually made it, Bill, let's go to the more fun part of the
Yes.
segment. The guys who didn't make it.
Siyempre, now it's time to move on to our favorite part of the body. Jello's picks for our All-Star Reserve snubs. Now, Jello, you gave us three names, right? LaMelo Ball, Jalen Brown, and Domantas Sabonis. But, syempre, we're going to focus our attention doon sa biggest name na a lot of, on people's minds na sabi nila, bakit wala to doon sa listahan na yan? So, syempre, who else but LaMelo Ball from the Hornets?
Yeah.
Why do you think he deserves to be in his first All-Star game? Kasi balita ko, nung nakita mo yung list na yun, grabe daw yung reaction mo. Hindi ka natuwa.
Wala siya.
Hindi ka natuwa talaga.
Hindi talaga. Like, when they asked me to make the list, yun na tinanong ko, bakit wala si LaMelo Ball? I mean, LaMelo Ball he's been balling out ever since the start of the season. Siya yung feel ko na kailangan sa isang All-Star game because he's flashy, he's very, medyo, dramatic. I mean, ang dami niyang pwedeng antics na gawin sa All-Star game. I mean, kahit yung mga games niya right now with the Hornets, pang All-Star. I mean, and he's been scoring a lot. Nakaka-career high niya lang kanina the other day with 38 points. I mean, come on. Pang All-Star talaga yung caliber niya ni LaMelo Ball, even if it's his second year. But
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So, I mean, I really want him to be in the All-Star kahit reserve kasi nga, ang dami niyang pwedeng gawin.
Yeah, I agree completely. Amongst the other picks that you made, Jalen Brown, Domantas Sabonis, I personally don't think that Jalen Brown should be making that list. I think Domantas Sabonis is also supposed to be in the discussion, but then, maybe next year. He's been there a lot anyway, so I don't think this is too much of a loss for him in that regard. But yeah, LaMelo Ball, honestly, the biggest snub over in the East. And could you imagine if kung na-draft si LaMelo Ball alongside Ja Morant, how fun that would have been seeing the two of them together. But
Yes.
unfortunately, unless things change, we won't have that combination. But Jello, if you look at the entire list between the two reserves for the East and the West, sa palagay mo ba the All-Star MVP is on that list?
Not now. I really feel na it's always in the starters. Lagi yan. But again, we'll see. Maybe Booker. I don't know. For the West, maybe some other guy in the East. Maybe who knows? Kahit siguro yung first time na All-Star. Baka mag-MVP pa, who knows? But I'm really excited for this coming All-Star game.